Hello, my gorgeous Virgo. My name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your weekly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Virgolini, and it's in between the 11th and the actual 17th of July 2022. My goodness, when it comes to the beginning of this week, you really need to understand that you must, above all costs, you need to work on the actual relationships in your life. Maybe you have been really busy, maybe a lot was happening, but basically the bottom line is that you are on one hand going to need to realize that the relationships and the people who are the most important in your life are really going to take the central stage. But at the same time, this in itself, it's going to be such a powerful moment when it comes to you reconnecting with yourself, grounding yourself through that, centering yourself. And this is going to help you so much with your emotions, but it's also going to help you so much to recognize what exactly you should be paying attention to, what exactly you should be focusing on at this moment in your life. Trust me, nothing is going to change, no major adjustments or anything like that, but it's just this absolutely wonderful surge of emotions that you are going to have. It's really going to give you the whole new meaning of life. It's going to help you to understand things that are so important to you that you should be really kind of showering them with your own energy at this moment in time, because this in itself is gonna make you aware of the fact also how important it is to follow your own good advice, my gorgeous Virgolini. But also it's to do with you trusting yourself and knowing what is the best for you. There is so much that it's going to come out of it just by you understanding and realizing that from the beginning of this week, throughout this week until the end of this week, you must above all costs work on the actual relationships in your life. You need to connect and reconnect as much as you can, but there is also one specific person who is so important to you. It's going to point something out to you that you're not going to like, but it's important for you to understand this. It's important for you to go through this. It's going to help you to kind of see, to understand something very specific about yourself, something that you were kind of neglecting, and it's also going to help you to understand something really kind of specific that you don't understand so far. It's going to help you to get so much closer to yourself. Your spirit is about to come back home to yourself, because I'm telling you, what you're going to be told by someone very specific, someone who's very important to you, someone very close to you, it's going to be such a huge, massive wake-up call how important people in our lives are. I'm not saying that you were neglecting them, please don't get me wrong, but maybe so much was happening, so now this is the time for the actual reconnection. So you're not only going to be told something very specific by one person who's so close to you, which is really kind of going to maybe throw you out of the balance a little bit, and maybe you may be a little bit offended, but then again, it's really going to point out something that you need to work on when it comes to working on yourself, when it comes to working on your people skills, when it comes to working on your emotions. You're going to realize, first of all, it's going to be like, oh, hurty feeling, but then again, at the same time, you need this to come out of your own essence. It's going to help you so much to move on with life, but also it's going to help you so much to open your eyes and live your life to its fullest. I'm not saying that you're not living your life to its fullest, please don't get me wrong, but this in itself, it's all gonna be as obvious as anything, because at that moment in time, at the beginning of the week, you're also going to start going through your own you're gonna go through the actual healing and ascending. You know, you're going to heal and you're going to start ascending to the next level. So these things are absolutely natural, because it's all to do with your spiritual awakening. I know I said millions of times like, oh, spiritual awakening, spiritual awakening. Yes, spiritual awakening is not the nicest, it's not the most beautiful, because you need to go very low and very dark in order to go really high and really, really light. You see, in order to go to the light, you need to kind of understand so much about yourself. The more you understand about yourself, the more you're going to be able to succeed in this life. And even if things that like kind of you don't understand about yourself, why are you doing them? This is important. So you see, it's to do with the spiritual awakening, but also it's to do with an important self-assessment that is actually going to take place, because you are, my gorgeous Virgolini, you are about to kind of like, you know, heal and ascend to the next level. And what is this gonna kind of like be connected to? You know what? That is gonna the next stage after that moment in time. It's about your passion. And you see how connected things are in life. But also, if something is not right, you know, if something is not okay, and it means to us so much, we can pretend that it's not affecting us, but it's affecting us big time. And even if we pretend that it's not affecting us, it's at the back of our subconscious mind, because it's connected to our spiritual journey, it's connected to people in life. So until we kind of give our full devotion to this, we're not going to be able to highlight these moments, and therefore this is going to be kind of like a slowing us down in life. So that's why this is going to be the time when your passion is going to be ignited. Now suddenly, you know, you are really going to feel such a strong sense as well through the actual people in your life. They're also going to play a giant role when it comes to you being inspired, when it comes to your own passion. Your passion is about to be ignited, and that means like you're going to feel like, yeah baby, go for it. Very powerful creative spark is going to take place, and you're going to feel so motivated to actually take this new endeavor, which is not brand new endeavor, but it's the continuation of something that you've already started. But now, my gorgeous Virgolini, my lord, you need to take this on the level number 777. This is exactly what's happening right here. And it's also kind of going to highlight the actual energized potential. You will know what this is, because it's all about you being very much so, very experienced about this, very passionate about this, but also it's going to lead towards you being like kind of well established, you know, when it comes to your finances and when it comes to your own legacy and things like that. And it's going to help you to wake up. You're going to open your eyes here full on, and it's going to help you to wake up, and you will know it's your moment. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Virgolini, you know, remember this. Lead the way, my gorgeous Virgolini. Lead the way. Be a leader. Show others how it's done. And by showing others how it's done, you will help others. And this is going to mean to you also like, oh my God, quite a lot, to be quite honest with you. Because, you know, you are kind of going to gain an inner strength through that. By you inspiring people at around the midweek, you're also going to gain an inner strength, which is going to bring so much peace and so much healing and so much harmony in your life. But it's also going to be such a powerful moment in time when it comes to you doing absolutely the right thing and having a confidence to do the right thing. It's going to kind of have elements of stepping towards the unknown, but it's going to be the best possible thing to do when it comes to the actual financial security, financial stability, financial security. And it's going to help you to kind of like remove yourself from an unhealthy attachment. This is something so important for you to kind of recognize what this is. And like, you need to remove yourself from an unhealthy attachment, because if you carry on, it's only going to kind of slow things down for you. So it's important to understand what this unhealthy attachment is. And it's always to do with things that we are doing but we shouldn't be doing, or it's to do with things that makes it's to do with a certain thing that used to make you feel so good and so happy and so excited, but now karmically they came to an end. So the sooner you realize this, what this unhealthy attachment is, the sooner you're going to be able to kind of ascend to even like a higher and further level. And what you're also going to become aware of at around the midweek, towards the end of the week, it's all about the actual lies. There are certain lies that you're going to become aware of. And my gorgeous Virgolini, it's nothing to do with your life in particular, nothing to do with the people, the gorgeous people that I've mentioned in your life who mean to you so much. No, baby, no. But it's to do with the certain things on the outside of your life that you've been paying attention to, that you've been watching, that you've been following. So there are like some kind of a lies that you're going to become aware of. And something is going to be pretty much obvious to you, unbelievable to believe, but it's going to be pretty obvious to you. You're going to realize that, you know, maybe sometimes this like world, maybe, and things, it's not what it seems like all the time, but it's entirely down to you to recognize where exactly you are on your spiritual journey and the way you're going to perceive things. And you're going to perceive things on a very deep and spiritual level. So it's to do with the lies that you're going to become aware of. This is going to open your eyes, but also it's going to start the process from you releasing yourself from a rather dark bondage. You know, it's to do with the beginning of understanding, but also reaching towards a powerful enlightenment, especially when it comes to like delay and frustration that was like kind of affecting your life. Frustration because of the actual delay, but this is to do with a failure to actually face facts, which made you feel so indecisive. And now, my gorgeous Virgolini, you are about to snap out of it like a big mama. So of course that this is going to be good. The last part of this week, just remember, you know, there is kind of going to be a really great moment of victory. I like this so much, and this is to do with an amazing achievement. It's to do with things that you have been working on. It's to do with things, the way, you know, you kind of express yourself, the way you like expressing yourself. It's to do with your experience. You know, it's a very important message that you will get. You see, it's to do with things that you have been working on for a long time, but maybe they haven't made you as successful as this last part of this week it's actually going to be. It's a very big moment of victory when it comes to your big achievement, your great success, and this is going to show you the actual clear progress, you know, and this is well deserved, you know. This is to do with the recognition, but it's to do with an approval, and it's to do with a certain praise as well. I like this so much, my gorgeous Virgolini, because as I said, this is indeed well deserved. This is going to make you feel very curious. Something is going to make you feel really curious at this moment in time, and I like this because that curiosity, it's also kind of going to lead you towards the certain discovery, which is going to be connected to the certain inquiry, but then at the same time there are so many elements of weirdness that are going to be around, because there is so much that you're going to find out through this particular curiosity that I'm talking about. You will understand that you need to, now it's time to keep up as much as you possibly can. And now you know, you will understand that this, you know, you need to kind of like be aware of the fact that the path that you're going to be looking at, the important path that you're going to find yourself at after this victory and achievement and after this moment in time, it's going to release this moment where you're going to realize that there is an immense effort that you're going to have to put towards the like next step now when it comes to this. But then again, this is important when it comes to your own advantage in life, you know. It's fantastic because also the last part of this week, you know, it's bringing you such an important conclusion, and that conclusion is going to bring you really satisfactory results, my gorgeous Virgolini. I like this so much. And the second stage of this is going to be an important compromise. There is also be an important compromise that you are going to have, but after that compromise, something is going to happen, a realization, an idea, an inspiration, and it's brilliant. You will know exactly what to do in order to change your life like completely, especially when it comes to stagnation and the lack of determination and direction, you know, that you've been actually going through lately. So this is a very important week, my gorgeous Virgolini, indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Virgo, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.